You're raving with Akuah. Fabulous songwriters from Belgium and beyond, the lowlands, the highlands, and far across the pond. On Instagram and Facebook too, you can follow, like, and share. Please hit subscribe and join the tribe from the comfort of your chair. You're raving with Akuah. Yes, hello, good evening, welcome, and a very, very happy new year, one and all. I hope we are loud and clear in YouTube land. I'm sure the chatters will let me know if I am not raving with Akuah. Episode 110, if you can believe that. And tonight's guest is the wonderful Lisa Akuah over in Berlin, and we'll be going to chat with Lisa very soon. So I hope you're all fine and well, sitting comfortably. I see lots of great chatters coming in as we get into it, and I will give you a shout out in just a minute. I'm going to do a couple of quick announcements for you, and then I'll say hello to you lovely people in the chat. Let me have a look. Yes, you saw there was a little PayPal link flying around there, and you can donate to that if you feel so and feel like it. Never expected, always appreciated, as the fella says. If you would like to support the channel long term, you can of course become a channel member, which is $4.99 a month, and a few of the channel members are in the chat tonight, and it's great to see you. Indeed, we even got a new one. I see Herbie VS became a channel member. Thank you, Herbie Van Zanten. Much appreciated. Thanks for that. So yeah, if you want to support, it's a bit like Patreon, feel free to do so, and always appreciated. Tuesday night, folks, we are at the Come Together Cafe. It's a little Tuesday showcase that I started to run, and a new season that's starting up this very Tuesday. Berang is the guest of honor on Tuesday evening over at the Come Together Cafe in Ghent at 8 o'clock. I hope to see you there if you're in the vicinity. Great opening act there from Adil Humbeck as well. Is great. Showtime's at 8 o'clock. It's free entrance. Bring a bit of geld, a bit of money for the pasta hat, pay conic or all that stuff. Buy a bit of merch. You know how it goes. So yeah, we need bums on seats for those folks. It's a brand new thing run by great friends of mine there from Ukraine, in the heartland of Ghent, and every first and third Tuesday is the plan to run those showcase concerts in Ghent. Come Together is the cafe, Stahlhof number 39. I hope to see you on Tuesday if you are around. Now, we did reach 3,000 subscribers, folks, on the channel, which I'm delighted about. A lovely way to start afresh into the new year, and I appreciate you all very, very much. I did promise a few fans and friends that if I did reach 3,000 before the end of the year, that I would do something I've never done on this channel, and that is a live stream of my songs. So here we go. Not tomorrow, but tomorrow week, the 13th of January, folks, at 8 o'clock, I'm going to attempt an online gig. Haven't played in public really for a long time, so here we go. It's been a few years since I took to the stage, so this is kind of taken to the stage anyway. Monday 13th of January, one night only. Come by if you can, and help me celebrate 3,000 subscribers on the channel. That would be fantastic if you could. So yeah, thank you for bearing with me there. I wanted to announce some of that stuff. Who do we have in the chat? We've got a couple of channel members. We have we have Guitar Chris over in Deutschland. Guten Abend, sir. Stephen the Good Mojo, my other channel member, is there, and of course the other greats who are always here in the live chat. Lovely to see you, Luke and Val, of course, over there. Hello and happy new year to you. The lady herself is in the chat as well. Hey, Lisa. Paul the Hunt is there. Hi, folks. Thank you for a lovely evening yesterday, and it's great to have you, Paul and Christine. Groetjes at Middelkerke. Great to see you, Paul and Christine. Thanks for being here. Really is great that you're all here with us. So yeah, cool. If you are watching the replay, by the way, you're also very welcome. Give the old video a thumbs up, folks. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're going to build this channel to oblivion and back. That's the plan. That's the bedoeling, as the Flemish would say. So loud and clear in YouTube land. It looks like that in the chat, which is great. And as I said, tonight's guest, the brilliant Lisa Akuah. Her website's there. Links to all of Lisa's stuff is in the information section below. Lisa Akuah is a rising singer-songwriter from Berlin whose atmospheric, melancholic music touches the hearts of listeners Her soulful voice and introspective lyrics create a unique soundscape. Yes, it does. Carried by acoustic, dreamy melodies. Her debut LP, Outgrowing Nymph, which is fantastic, by the way. I'll talk about that in a little while. Her LP, Outgrowing Nymph, 2022, yes. She presents a multifaceted journey of personal growth and transformation inspired by nature and mythology. The title symbolizes breaking free from old patterns and blossoming into new strength. There you go. That's a little bit from her website. It's a fantastic album. It really is. We're going to play some songs of hers, some from the album, some not. But I was very lucky that she came into the RWR room here recently and sang this wonderful song of hers called I Let You Go. So we'll start with that. We won't let her go just yet. We'll be back to talk with Lisa after this song. Check it out first. You would remember it if you've seen it, if you followed the RWR room, but it's a fantastic song. I'm going to kick off tonight's proceedings with this great song called I Let You Go, live from the RWR room, Lisa Akuah.
I could have held on to what we had before, but our lives have changed us. Seems like you don't want me anymore, but that's how life goes. Life goes. You gain and you let go. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You seem to want so. Then I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Split, I must admit, it hurts, but I submit, 'cause that's how life goes, life goes. You gain and you let go. I'll let you go. You go. You seem to want so. Then I'll let you go. I'll let you go. 'Cause that's how life goes. You gain and you let go. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You seem to want so. Then I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Let you go. You seem to want so.
Yeah, there she is. What a fantastic song from the great lady herself. Howard is asking about where I can get it. I put Lisa's Bandcamp page in there, and eventually I will put a YouTube link in there as well. Lisa Akuah Bandcamp is where you can get most of her songs. Thanks for asking. It's great to have you in from Hawaii. Way go, Howard. Lovely to have you here. It really is. There's a big bravo there from Stephen the Good Mojo. Yeah, members, by the way, if you are putting in those little emojis, it's doing something weird on the screen here. I don't know why it's coming up as, yeah, it's putting in code beside those emojis, so I don't know in case it looks weird on the screen when I put your message up, just so you know. But oh, that's a Taylor headstock. Yes, thin body with a big tone. Yeah, absolutely. Way go. Very impressed with that little Taylor of hers. We'll ask her all about it now in a minute. Here she comes. Here she is, the lady herself. Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Berlin, Lisa Akuah. Hello.
Hello.
Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Or guten Abend, as we Germans would say.
Yes.
Yes. Are you having a guten Abend over there?
Oh yeah, certainly. I've got my alpaca mug with some delicious tea in it.
I was going to say there's a cat. It's an alpaca. Well, sláinte you to that. Are you on the Irish tea, or is it other sort of tea?
It's very herbal. It's actually fennel, aniseed, and
oh wow, that
cumin.
sounds so healthy.
It is, but I really like it.
Well, as I say, enjoy. It's great to have you here on the show, Lisa. We planned it for a while, and lovely that you could drop in, spend a bit of time with us tonight. I'm only guessing here as an educated guess, but that song, that beautiful song, is it a breakup song?
No, it is not.
It's not.
No,
there you go.
It's
Do you want to tell us?
Realizing that a friendship that was very dear to me for many years has ended.
Yeah.
Not by choice from my side. It was just that this particular friend stopped responding to me, or when she responded, only responded in one-syllable words.
Oh wow.
Never replied to any of my questions about her life, and made me realize that she doesn't want me in her life anymore, and that's very painful
that's
because
tough.
I care about her a lot. So
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You can be so close to someone for such a long time, and then something like that happens. I wonder, did something happen in her life to?
I have my suspicions.
Yeah.
But,
sounds so strange, you know.
I'm not going to go into detail.
No,
there.
obviously not. No, obviously not. But yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but it's a beautiful song. And you came down with a great Dutch lady who also based in Berlin. I don't know if she's watching tonight or will be. The lovely Mona, who also sang a song. Did you guys meet in Berlin or Holland, or how did you two meet?
We met in Berlin, actually. She used to live in a shared apartment with my partner, and that's how we met.
Wow. Beautiful. Chris is saying that got me from the first second. Yeah, me too, Chris. Fellow German man there, and a great guitarist and friend of mine, Chris Link, looking at us there. Fantastic. And Rachel Howard, aloha, also from Hawaii, I believe. Wow, we have an international crew, Belgium, Germany, and Hawaii tonight, at the moment anyway. Yeah. Have you traveled a lot with your music, Lisa? I mean, I know you're based in Berlin, and I know you lived for a little while in my little country of Ireland, which we'll talk about. Where else you've toured a lot, have you?
Yeah, especially the last year, I've been touring quite a lot, all over Germany, basically, a little bit in Holland and Belgium in September. But yeah, so far, well, I've been at a festival in Korea the year before, so 2023. Wow. That was the furthest I got so far with my music.
It's amazing. What's it like playing for Koreans? Cool. I mean, I assume South Korea.
Yes, yeah. I don't think I'd be sitting here if it were the other. Yeah.
It must have been an amazing experience, was it?
It was interesting for sure. I would definitely go back to Korea, but I don't think I would go back to this particular festival / competition, because I don't really like competitions very much. And the Koreans love them. So they're completely obsessed with competitions.
So was it kind of like a talent contest of sorts?
Yeah, something like it was called Busking World Cup. It wasn't really about busking, though. Most of the people who competed weren't actually real buskers and had never really played on the street, so that was a bit odd. But it was definitely an experience that I wouldn't want to miss in my life. I've met incredible people there. Yeah. I've had the best fried chicken of my life. So definitely no regrets there.
That's beautiful. I'd love to get out to that neck of the woods. I did the Middle East in my youth, all right, but that was about as far as I got. Musically, it's an amazing. It's just a whole different. It's a culture shock, really, to get out to that part of the world. Let's say, compared to what we're used to.
No, it was definitely a culture shock. It was because they don't have a lot of in the town that we stayed in, they don't have a lot of tourists, so it's very homogenous when it comes to culture and looks. So all of a sudden, a bunch of very Western-looking people showing up on their streets who are all like at least 30 centimeters taller and very white and definitely not Asian stuck out a lot. So we were the attraction of the week there.
I can imagine. It was just a week you had.
It was 10 days, yeah.
10 days, wow. Beautiful stuff. We go and I'm going to say hello to my Auntie Olive from Ireland. She's dropped in there. Hello, Ollie. Thanks for being here, and Happy New Year to you too. She's a great supporter. Wego was asking about your Taylor guitar, and he's asking here, what was your favorite place to play in Belgium? That's a good question. Wego.
It's a great question. I didn't play many places in Belgium.
Yes, so the RWR room.
That was your favorite place. I also played in Brussels at I'm gonna butcher the name, La Fleur and Papier Doré.
Oh yeah, I heard of it. I couldn't pronounce it either.
It was lovely, beautiful place. If anyone's in Brussels, I recommend going there. They have great beer, obviously, and the bar is just beautiful, and the people are lovely. So
that was great. And you did that in conjunction with the Netherlands then as well, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, of course that's a great scene as well. The Dutch scene. You've experienced the Dutch scene before, I suppose, have you?
I hadn't, no.
Or you hadn't? Was that the first time?
That was my first time in the Netherlands for,
oh wow,
my life, really. And unfortunately, one of our gigs that we were supposed to play, Moen and I, got cancelled pretty much last minute. So our experience of playing in the Netherlands was also a bit limited.
That's a pity. Well, you'll come back? I know you were talking about your record, your up and coming songs, and we'll talk about your German. I know you've got a few German dates coming up. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. But so apart from Holland and Belgium was kind of short lived, you were saying. But
yeah, it was more of a holiday in the end.
More of a holiday.
I really liked it.
Yeah. What's the scene? I mean, Berlin to me seems to be sort of the mecca of the songwriter scene at the moment, anyway. And apart from maybe like Ghent and a few places, Germany was always a pull for singer-songwriters anyway. But Berlin seems, I mean, I was in Berlin once a couple of years ago. It is a beautiful city. Are you living close by to the main drag? Or what's the scene like there now?
Well, everything's very spread out in Berlin. Every district has its own kind of center. It's called Kiez.
Yeah.
So where I live is not very gentrified yet.
Okay.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Still absolutely. Affordable and a great colorful mix of people. The scene is huge. I mean, I personally only know the singer-songwriter, folk and blues scene. I wouldn't be able to tell you a house number, but it's quite a lot of people and pretty tightly knit as well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I've had a few Berlin-based artists come through the studio here, and they all say it is what you're just saying, a tight-knit scene. But is it a kind of scene where people are very kind of protective about their own gigs, or are they kind of more open about helping others to get work around the scene, or how do you feel it or find it?
No, it is a very supportive network as well.
Good.
We often get our friends to play support when we have a bigger gig coming up, or a lot of us also host gigs or organize gigs in various bars and locations. And then of course the scene always kind of rotates around, people playing everywhere. But as fun as it is and as great as it is, not a lot of money coming in because you always have the broke musicians attending. So
Berlin
is home. It really is home.
Yeah.
But you make your money elsewhere.
I was just having a chat, so strangely enough, a new friend of mine here, Connor O'Rourke, just stopped in from the UK. He's a great Irish name. Good to see you, Connor. Thanks for dropping by. We were just chatting about that very same thing on Instagram there today, about trying to make any kind of a living from music and art, and without going down the whole rabbit hole of trying to do cover version gigs and bars, which is the hard route. Where I started, of course, as well. So yeah, it is. It's the balance, isn't it, between art and money, always, and trying to get people to support you you know, and buy stuff, which is
Yeah.
also tough. I know you have you've got a wonderful Bandcamp page, which I've put in the live chat and is below, folks, by the way. If you want to support Lisa, please go and visit that and try to buy a song or an album or something if you can, because, you know, as you all will know, a lot of songwriters in the live chat as well and watching this know how tough it is. Wego was saying he's teaching music in Hawaii all the time. I've taught many players from Germany. Would you say there is a folk or acoustic avant-garde type resurgence, and this is the scene been hard to find, like places to stay, for example? He's asking from Hawaii.
So I would definitely say, yeah, because folk, just like, I don't know, society is constantly evolving. I mean, what folk literally means is that it's passed on, stories being passed on
That's
via
right.
art,
Music of
whether
the
it
people.
be
Yeah.
painting or music. And of course, we have different stories to tell now. So the music changes with that. And of course, there's so much music out there that you want to try not to regurgitate everything that other people have done already. So people try actively to be different, but I feel that a lot of the art coming out of Berlin, especially in the folk scene, which is the scene that I know best, I don't really know much about the others. That it also feels quite natural to kind of to help this evolution along.
I know what you mean. I know you were influenced a lot by people like Bon Iver and bands like that. But before people like Bon came on the scene, what was your influence like? What were you listening to? Was the music in the house? Brothers and sisters playing music? Anything like that?
No, I'm an only child, and actually, Bon Iver is not really one of my influences. I don't actually listen to his
I read
music
that
that
on
much.
your right. I read that on
Yeah,
your
the
thing. So
funny thing
maybe
is, I asked ChatGPT to write an artist
yeah.
text about me, and they said Bon Iver and daughter. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. I know Bon Iver, I like him. I'm not a huge fan, and daughter, I don't know who that is, but sure.
It was weird. I saw it too, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
I just took it.
You just took it, yeah. Well, tell me then, who would you cite as like people
it's hard to tell.
you really are really into?
I mean, I can tell you a lot of artists that I'm really into, but I'm not sure in what way they influence.
Yeah.
If they influence my music a lot. What has definitely influenced me is Irish folk, especially the way of singing.
Yeah. I can hear
and
that.
then also the singing style of Maynard James Keenan, who's the singer of various bands such as Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Pucifer. I'm a huge fan of all three.
Yeah.
I love hard rock, metal, and all that, but Tool is one of my all-time, all-life favorites. It never gets old, and just the way he sings and the way he can combine this very soft, melodious voice with rough screams and then hold his notes for such a long time. So that has definitely influenced me. Like, I really like his tone, so I think I've definitely tried to incorporate some of the tones that he uses.
Yeah, it's a real art form. Your singing really impressed me from the word go, and I could definitely hear the Irish the folky Irishy thing in there, coming from that background myself, of course. We'll talk a little bit more about that maybe. Wanted to ask you though about song number 2 tonight. It was your second last single, Growing Pains, and I know I played the video on the Songwriter show not too long ago, which is brilliant, by the way. It's a gorgeous video. I love the concept, and so if you just tell us a little bit about that song, maybe, and the concept behind the video.
Yeah, so the song itself was influenced by a story that a friend of mine told me about her little daughter. She was 6 at the time, that she would wake up during the nights with severe growing pains in her legs.
Wow.
And that got me thinking, did I have growing pains when I was 6? I don't remember. I do remember the calf cramps that I had when I was like 14, 15 during the nights and stuff. But other than that, I don't really remember much of that. And then I realized, well, growing pains don't necessarily have to be physical. They can be mental as well, because we learn and change all our lives. There's like, it only stops when we die, you know?
That's
so
right.
That's what kind of was the inspiration for the song. And I thought it would be cute to have this girl's voice start the song. So my friend recorded her saying,
is that what it was?
I don't want to grow up, I want to stay a child, in German. And also added a really cute bathtub recording of her singing in English. So we mixed that into the song, and then the concept for the video just happened on its own. I thought it would be nice to have a lot of people that are in my life, that I have in my life, that I love, that I appreciate in the video, and kind of make it a little throwback, an emotional journey through their lives. So I had them hold up childhood pictures of themselves. And mixed it with me playing on the playground, which was a lot of fun.
It was absolutely great. I'm going to put your excuse me for coughing. I have a little bit of a cold, guys, tonight, so I'm a little bit gruff. I'm going to just add Lisa's great YouTube channel here into the live chat as well. Give her a sub if you can, folks. Also, the reason being that sometimes when I play back these videos, even though we're playing back the file, they get a bit squashed and distorted a little bit here on these live streams. So that's what it is. It's not Lisa's video or anything. So please go and find these songs, these great songs, on her YouTube channel, which is in the live chat now. And of course, it's linked below. Just so you know, I always let people know about that. I know we're all sick, Johnny. Hello, Johnny Toole from America. Great to have you with us as well. Thanks for dropping in. And I see Rachel is a fan of that man you mentioned there, as well as Johnny. Cool. Well, this is Growing Pains. It's the official video, single number, her second last single. Is that right? Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm not talking nonsense. Well, I am, but here it is. Let's give it a listen. It's great track. What was the name? You said there was the kid who opens it up at the beginning. The lovely little voice from the child, right?
Yeah, she's not in the video though.
Not in the video, no. But I love this part.
Her mother is.
Her mother is. Here it is.
And to this day, I can feel growing pains.
Wow. Growing Pains. It is a fantastic song.
Thanks.
It really is. I think everyone's saying the same thing. Yeah, terrific video and theme, says Johnny. All the versions of ourselves and how we never stop changing and experiencing growth. Nice one, Johnny Toole. Beautiful. Fantastic beat. My daughter had very bad pain or young growing legs. Oh, she was very brave. Nice one, Stephen. Thank you for the great comments there. Beautiful guitar, Chris. Great song and video concept. So Luke D. Absolutely. Do you have someone helping you with all this stuff? I know you're an independent artist, but like, do you have someone who looks after sort of all the video part of things and all the recording part of things, or how does it go for you?
Well, I do work in a studio, and I pay professionals to record my music because I'm not very talented when it comes to that. I can use GarageBand on my computer, just hit record and start and stop, but I can't make it sound good after. So yeah, I do have a really nice studio where I record here in Berlin. Beautiful. And I work with an amazing producer. But the videos I make myself. The year before last, so 2023, I attended a workshop that was aimed at musicians and taught us how to make our own music videos. So I learned a lot. I forgot a lot again.
Yeah.
Since, but I'm trying to practice by making my own music videos now.
Which is great. I suppose these days a lot of us have to do a lot of the part of bits of the industry ourselves, don't we? We have to somehow
save money.
and save money. Exactly. It's if you can, the more you can do yourself, the better. Did you ever go down the line of dealing with record labels or anything like that in your career, or do you try to avoid them at all cost?
Yeah, well,
you never got caught up in signing contracts with people or
no
in the industry.
Well, I am under contract with a publisher.
Okay.
But I work very closely with them. It's 2 people who run the whole show there, and we're all very close. And
that's great.
I really like them. They're great people, and they really have the artist interests.
That's
great. Their first priority. So I trust them.
Hard to find that, isn't it? A lot of sharks out there. And
I was lucky.
You were lucky, yeah. If they can land your songs, in the right places with the right people, then brilliant. I'm just putting up. Stephen likes your jumper as well. Yeah, it's your favorite color, funky blue, ain't it? What did you write? Green is actually my favorite color. Blue is a coincidence. There you go now, Stephen. There's your answer.
Like funky things, I guess.
Yeah,
and they happen to be blue occasionally.
You're a funky person, absolutely. Love it. Love it. Thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way, on the video, folks, and thanks for everybody for being here to have a chat with the great Lisa Akuah tonight, all the way from Berlin. Good girl to sing your beautiful song and not fall in the playground. She's a well-balanced girl, Olive. Yes, she is. She's very well-balanced. Very funny, me aunt in Ireland. She is. Olive is very funky as well. She's a funky woman over in County Offaly. But you have a brand new single coming out on Friday, I believe, right? You said it's literally just hot off the press. Tell us a little bit about that one. We won't play it tonight because it's too new, but hopefully we'll play the video later on the Songwriter Show. Yeah.
The single is called Golden Seams, and it is the title track for my new album that is coming out at the end of March.
Great.
And it's basically about embracing imperfection in life. I was inspired by the Japanese art of fixing porcelain called kintsugi, and it translates to golden or gold seam. Yeah, and I thought that's really nice because all the experiences that we have in life leave a mark, whether they're good or bad, and we can make them look pretty by making them golden. And then we're this one piece of art with gold, and I really like that thought to highlight the imperfections.
Yeah, I think I even attempted a song myself years ago based on that idea, fixing the cracks with gold. Kintsugi, is that what you call it? A Japanese art. Kintsugi,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was. And so golden seams, you said it translated to.
Yeah.
And coming out, we did the single on Friday.
Yes.
And then maybe a video later on for that as well.
Yeah, the video is definitely coming, but I think it's going to be on the 21st of January.
Oh, yeah, so a bit later.
Yes,
okay,
I was advised to release the video a little later because the focus will be all on the music on the day of release.
Yeah.
And then a little, if I release the video a little later on, it might get a bit more attraction. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So far, my videos have like 200 views.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the videos. Yeah, it's always hard. Yeah, tell me about it. It's always difficult to get YouTube views, but I suppose ultimately you kind of have to put it out there in the hopes that people will go to your Bandcamp or go wherever else to buy it. You brought the Outgrowing Nymph out as a download code, but you brought it out beautifully on this. Oh, look, it's signed and all. Look, see, she was definitely here, lads. But I love the idea of that. So it's just a booklet with the lyrics and a few little snippets in between and a download code at the back. It's a really great idea. I know Martin Pretorius did the same, and I have a booklet of his. But that's it. It's just I suppose people don't really want CDs anymore. I know you were saying vinyl. We were saying vinyl is popular, but you're going to bring out this new album on vinyl, are you?
Yes.
That's the idea. Cool. It's a more expensive way, of course, but I think it's a good way because it's more of a collectible, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I feel that this new album is also a big step forward in the quality of my music. And I've grown so much ever since I released Outgrowing Nymph, even more, because Outgrowing Nymph is already about growth.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that I've grown even more since. And I feel that it wouldn't do it justice if I went the same way. So there will be a booklet as well that gets sold separately from the vinyl.
Okay.
But I will also press vinyls because I have worked with an incredible photographer and makeup artist to make the cover image, and it's just so beautiful that it needs to be big. So
it does. But I'm very much looking forward to it. I think you posted a little thing on your Instagram with either the cover or part of the cover.
That's for the single, yeah. So that is
single, yeah.
It's part of the photo series or the collection of photos that came out of that shooting. So the album cover will be a different photo, but yeah, this is the vibe that I'll go with for the album as well.
Yes, it's beautiful. It really is. I wanted to ask you about the Dancing Trees. Your band called the Dancing Trees, have they played on pretty much all of your music so far, or are they a new sort of have they come on the scene a bit later?
Well, both.
Well, both, yeah.
The bassist and the guitarist, they have played with me for a very long time, and they have played on most of my newer recordings. And the drummer has not recorded on any of my newer recordings because I didn't know him then. I met him after I finished recording with a different drummer. But he's incredible. So I'm very, very happy to have met him and that he's part of the band because, yeah, he's just really good. And in the future, for future recordings, he'll be on them.
Yeah, there seems to be a great band. I'm gonna play the track here now called Lost, with you and the Dancing Trees live at the Castilian Spring. Is that how we say it? Yes.
Castalian Spring.
Castalian Spring, yes. What is the Castalian Spring? Just a venue?
No, it's a studio, rehearsal rooms, and yeah, they also offer packages where you can film video. So I booked a package for them to record us and film us and produce the whole thing. And they also provided incredible equipment. So if anyone's ever looking for a place in Berlin to record a live video, I recommend Castalian Spring.
They certainly did a wonderful job. I was very impressed with the video of this, and sound is amazing, really is. Do you want to say a little bit about the song before I give the spin?
So Lost I wrote when I had a very long phase of writer's block. I couldn't think of any lyrics. I didn't have anything to say. Everything that I wrote felt boring. But I had this beautiful guitar progression, and I had a melody that I really liked humming. So I decided to just, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna use random words. And I kept singing those, and the more I sang them, the more meaning they had. So I kept the random words, and now they have a lot of meaning, actually, because they represent what I felt during this period of writer's block.
Yeah. Wow. Are you the kind of writer that needs to be kind of writing all the time? What's your writing process like? Do you take a lot of notes and go around and then try to form it later, or do you need to sit down and go, inspire me and let's try and write something? Or how does that come about?
It's a bit of both. So when I have a sentence, a phrase, or a word in my head that I feel could lead to something, I would take a note on my phone.
Yeah.
And when I feel the urge to sit down, I will, and look at that note and try to see if anything comes off it. But sometimes I would just feel the urge to sit down and write and see what happens. And then I would usually start playing the guitar until I have something that I like, and then I would hum something until I have something that I like, and then at some point the words will just fall out of my mouth.
I'm with you. Wow. Yeah, it's a unique. I always like to ask songwriters that, because we're all different in that respect, you know. Some of us, like myself, need to just scribble a lot of notes and then try and build it later, you know, based on those notes. I find it very difficult to sit down and be inspired to write something on the spot like that. But I suppose we're all different. We all have different things going on. But yeah, I wanted to ask you. But this is a great track called Lost, folks. We're going to give it a spin now from Lisa Akuah. And it's the second last song of the night, and her wonderful band. I'm going to ask you about the band members when we come back after this one, okay?
Right.
Yeah, The Dancing Trees with Lisa Akuah, and this is Lost.
It's still so still. Stillness is all I hear. Still, so still. Stillness is all I can bear. Stillness in me. Within brightness is all I see. Light, so bright. Brightness is all I feel. Darkness in me. Within is all I taste. Light, so light. Lightness is all I taste. Darkness in me. Within myself. 'Cause I am lost.
Yeah, beautiful stuff as always. Lisa, that's a great track. And what a band. I could hear a bit of the folky stuff coming out there in the voice that time. The little bit of Lilton was coming through. It was gorgeous. But you're some singer, absolutely. Really, really great. I know Chris was saying gorgeous, hauntingly gorgeous as Olive Costello. And you see Wago's comment there about overtones of sadness and happiness shifting from major melody over minor progression. He says, very cool. Hear the influence of Maynard as well. Super pleasing and groovy. Thank you, Wago. And thank you, Ollie, for the lovely comments and the thumbs up there. Excuse me. But that's beautiful. Yeah, it is a great track. And tell us about the band members there.
So I'm going to start with the drums.
Yeah.
His name is Martin. I met him through a mutual friend. Actually, my friend Rob Hope. He's an Irish musician living in Berlin. He was recording a couple of backing vocals in the studio. We also record in the same studio.
Yeah.
And both Martin and I were invited for beers and backing vocals, basically. And we got chatting, and I asked, okay, so what do you do? And he said, oh, I'm the drummer on the album. So Martin already plays the drums for my friend Rob.
Yeah.
And I thought, ooh, drummer, I need one. So I asked him if he'd be interested in another project, and he said, sure, send me your stuff and I'll have a listen and see. And then he liked my music, and we jammed together once, and it worked perfectly well. He's a genius. And since then, he's been part of the Dancing Trees.
Wonderful.
So he's the newest member.
Yeah.
And then we have the bassist, Georg. He's an Austrian musician living in Berlin. He also plays his own music, which is very out there. It's very, very different from what I and all the other folk musicians do.
Yeah.
He calls his own music Dada Punk. It's
Dada Punk.
kind of, I don't know if people are familiar with the Neue Deutsche Welle, or in the 80s, there was this big Austrian band called Erste Allgemeine Verunsicherung. It kind of goes towards that direction. And he's also an absolute genius.
Yeah.
And he had a while ago mentioned to me that he'd be super keen to actually play the bass live with me. So I thought, yeah, well, when I'm getting my band together, you'll be the bassist.
Yeah.
So he is. And then the guitarist is Sebastian. He's been my partner for nearly 7 years now. So we live here together, and now we also play music together. And he's a very, very talented guitarist. But he's also Berlin's finest harmonica player, which is what he kind of started out doing. But now everybody wants to play guitar with him because he's very good.
Because he's so good. He's so good. Yeah, fantastic. What a band. They really are. I meant to do this earlier, but we'll do it now. Tell us about, you got some dates coming up. I'm going to see if I can put you on the screen. There you go, something like that beside you. I see you have a New Year's tour planned. Talk me through some of these venues and places, and if you're playing solo with the band.
Yeah, so I'm playing solo. I'm going to be traveling by myself. The first gig is close to where I grew up, to where my parents live. So what I'm going to do is take the train down to Frankfurt, where they are, and then borrow their car and just drive all the way down from there after the show on the 23rd to Switzerland, and then I'll make my way up. And the shows with the One Star are together with my friend Grizzly Bird. He used to live in Berlin, He's a German musician, but he just moved his whole family back to Füssen in the very south of Germany. Who doesn't know it? It's where this gorgeous castle Neuschwanstein is, that Disney used as an example for the Disney castle.
Right.
So I'm going to see that for the first time in my life as well when I'm there. And then the tour concludes in Freiburg, where I'm going to be playing in a very cool venue called Vorderhaus. I've played there once before as part of a mixed show, so it was a very short set. But this time it's going to be a proper big concert, which I'm very looking forward to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm very curious because apart from Freiburg, I have not been to any of those places before. So
they're all new to you.
Yeah. In Freiburg, I've been a couple of times, but I have never been to Laubach, Luzern, Füssen, Stuttgart, or Tübingen. So I'm very excited to see new cities and towns.
To break new ground, absolutely. Well, the best of luck with those. It looks like you've got a beautiful thing planned there, going on, and everybody will find your tour dates, of course, on your website, right?
Yeah, my website on Instagram.
Yeah, so it's all there, folks. Links below to all that. If you're in Germany, please go and check that. Is Akuah? Where does that beautiful name come from? Is it a German name, or where does it come from? No,
it's my middle name.
Ah, yes.
And I inherited it from my grandmother, and she was born in Ghana, in a colony in the 1920s. And my great grandfather was a diplomat somehow. But also ran a cocoa plantation. And apparently he was pretty well liked, and he liked his employees. So when my grandmother was about to be born, he said, okay, you can name my child when it's born.
Wow.
And as it is tradition in many African countries, they name the children after the weekdays they're born on. And Akuah means born on Wednesday. And fast forward, my grandmother unfortunately died way before I was born. But when my mother was pregnant with me, my parents both decided they didn't want to know in advance. So they wanted it to be a surprise. And then the doctor told my mom, the child isn't turning around. We're going to get it on Wednesday. And this Wednesday also turned out to be the exact birth date of my grandmother. So I share the weekday and the birthday with my grandmother that I've never met.
Day and date. And that's super.
Yeah.
What a story. That's amazing. Yeah.
I just want to quickly reply to the comment.
Yes.
That I'm not playing in Cologne. I'm actually playing in Cologne in February. That is not part of the tour. So if you look on my website,
great, Chris will be happy to hear that.
Think the 22nd of February. It's a living room concerts, but if you find living room concerts Cologne, you can message them. It's a kind of private, secret location concert. They're always very, very nice.
Yeah,
so
well, I know Chris as well. So if he really does want to go, I suppose I can get some details from you and pass it on to him.
Mm-hmm.
Good friend of mine, great supporter of the channel and of music in general. So yeah, Chris, if you're interested in that, let me know or indeed find out. Nice, I will. He says, and hello to Camellia as well. Lovely to have you in here in the chat as well. Good to have you all. So many great people. Thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way, folks, and for all the new subscribers. It's much appreciated. And it's lovely to be talking with Lisa Akuah tonight in Berlin, talking about her like she's not looking at me in the face here. We're talking about behind your back, in front of your face. Yes. We'll before we go into the last song, I have to find out about your Irish experience and when it was that you lived in Ireland, and how was that for you musically and personally, if it's not too personal?
So I lived in Ireland twice. Once right after I graduated high school, as an au pair, as many people do to improve their English. And I spent a year approximately, or a school year there. So that's just over 9 months, I think. And I fell in love with the country and the people. But of course, being an au pair, you're very protected. You get your weekly wage and you have a place to stay. You're always fed. You don't have to pay for anything. So I decided after I had finished my apprenticeship, so I didn't want to go to university at the time because I thought 13 years of school are more than enough. I'm done. I did an apprenticeship for 2.5 years back home in Frankfurt. And during that time, I realized, oh, wow, I can actually be good at things when I'm interested in them. Not like school, where you have to just learn everything because you have to.
Absolutely.
But in the apprenticeship, I suddenly was best in my class and had very good grades and got a lot of praise from my superiors in work as well. So that felt very good. And one of them once, they took me on a conference for a week in a very fancy hotel, and I was treated like an equal and made me feel great. And one drunken evening in the hotel bar, one of my superiors told me that I really have to go to university. It'd be pearls before the swine if I didn't. So I took his words to heart. And I also wanted to move back to Ireland because I wanted to experience the life there and kind of fend for myself.
Sure.
And decided that I was going to go to university in Ireland. And that's what I did. I ended up going to UCD in Dublin and spent another a bit more than 3 years there.
Amazing. And
so
all
overall,
the time,
I was there for a good 4 years.
Good 4 years. And all that time writing songs, was music a big part of your life at that stage? I suppose it was. Songwriting, I mean.
It was, and it wasn't. So for me, at the time, music was not something that I thought I would ever pursue professionally. I was studying sociology and information science, and I really wanted to work in that area. I found it fascinating. I had even briefly considered getting a PhD in information science. So I was very into it. I was singing in a vocal ensemble though in Dublin. We did pop covers, and we did a lot of corporate gigs, a lot of weddings, and that actually saved my ass many times financially because I was very broke very often, and getting those small amounts of money, how much it was, maybe 150 euros or something occasionally.
Sure.
And just knowing I have this cash lying here and I can buy my food at the end of the week really helped me a lot.
For any student, indeed.
Yeah. And then I also sang in the Philharmonic Choir in UCD for a year.
Amazing.
Which was an incredible experience, singing with 150 people.
Wow.
And also accompanied another singer-songwriter as a backing vocalist. But at the time, it never occurred to me that I could actually write music myself, and I was way too shy to actually show myself as a solo musician or a solo singer. That was something I had never even considered because I was just too chicken for it.
Yeah, I get that too. You were just more comfortable, sort of behind the scenes, and absolutely, totally get that. Totally get that. But so you're not trained at all, really, musically, or are you? Did you take any like guitar lessons, singing lessons, nothing like that? Just
I did take classical guitar lessons for 12 years, from the ages of 6 to 18.
Right.
But I was a very bad student, I have to say. I was talented, but a bad student. I never practiced. I was lazy, and I was like, if it doesn't come to me on its own, I'm just not gonna. And singing was different. Singing was always easy. I sang in the local choir in the town where I grew up for over 20 years, and it was just easy, you know. I didn't have to practice. Of course, I had to learn the lyrics, but that was just easy. So I did it, and I became very good at it just by practicing. Or just by doing it and enjoying it.
Yeah. And when do you remember when the first? Do you remember your first gig, or when you were brave enough to go out with a guitar and a voice and just sing songs, your own songs, or did you start playing covers, for example, or did you just go straight in with a guitar? Here I am, my voice, my songs, my guitar. How did it go?
That actually happened in Berlin. I came to Berlin being extremely shy. I had left Ireland for many reasons, not just graduating. There was a bit of personal stuff going on as well that made me want to leave. And that had impacted my confidence a lot. And I didn't know how to get onto a stage. I knew I could do it, but my feet just were glued to the ground when I was about to go on a stage. And then I met all those folk artists in Berlin who are very supportive. And one of my friends encouraged me, saying, hey, let's just play covers together. I'll play the guitar and you sing, and we'll go to all the open mics and get your confidence back. And she pushed me, like she gave me this kick in the butt that I really needed. And after we've done that a couple of times, I picked up my guitar and started playing again, just playing covers. And then at some point, just my first song appeared, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's great that you remember it so clearly. What do you think? What do you think it is that draws you? For example, if you are singing a cover, I don't know if you do sing any covers these days, or throw one or two into your set, or if it's all original music. But if you do a cover, what do you think it is that draws you to it? Is it always melody first, or do you think it's definitely a lyric thing, or do you even know what draws you to? Even if you think of some of the covers you've done, is there something or one thing or a few things that just draw you to that particular song?
That's usually a feeling that the song gives me. So recently I started learning Lemon Tree by Fool's Garden, because I heard it recently somewhere and I was like, this is such a cool song. I was so small when it came out and I really want to play it. It sounds so simple, and it is. And it's got great lyrics, and I had actually never really listened to the lyrics. Once I started playing it, I thought, this is a song about mental health, and I was not aware of it. I've sang along to this song. I knew it off by heart for many, many years, but I didn't know that it was actually about depression.
Yeah.
And it's so beautifully written.
Yeah.
And then, I wanted to learn that. So it's usually about a feeling that a song gives me, or if it has a particularly beautiful melody that I want to play. Or sometimes
absolutely.
I also learn covers because I know they're going to catch people. So sometimes I play on the streets. So I want to play songs that make people think, oh, I know that song. So
okay, so you do a little bit of busking from time to time, do you?
Yeah, I hadn't done actually any last year. I just didn't have the time, but I really want to go busking more. It's great practice, and it can be good financially as well occasionally.
Sure. And tell me this about, I wanted to ask you about co-writing. I usually ask artists this, whether they love it or loathe it, or is that something you've tried or done, or how do you feel about it, about co-writing?
I've only tried it once. That was last year in August, when I went to a songwriting camp in Brighton. And it was an incredible experience, actually. We were put together in groups with people that we didn't know, and we were given briefs. So we were supposed to write songs for advertisements or Netflix productions.
Okay.
We could also pursue our own projects, but we decided to go for briefs. And we were just incredibly productive. We wrote 2 songs in 2 hours, and then we wrote another song just for us because we just still felt so inspired. And I ended up going on tour with those 2 people in December.
Amazing.
And we are going to release the song that we wrote just for us, probably sometime in February.
Yeah, it's great. When it works, it's fantastic, you know. It doesn't always work. You need the right people, I think. And was that through the publishing company, or was that just something you did yourself? Or
the songwriting camp was organized through the publishing.
Yeah,
that was organized through the publishing company, and they got funding for it, so we had to pay very little money.
Great.
And we loved Brighton. We loved everyone. We were such an incredible group of people, and
multinational, like nationalities, or was it all German and British, or what?
Well, mainly German and British. There were a couple of people. There was one artist from Norway, who's also part of the publishing company, or who is signed there. And then the UK people it was a collaborative effort between a group called Amplify Her. It's a group of women in the music industry in the UK, supporting each other, doing workshops and stuff. And the collaboration with them and our publishing company / label. And so they brought a bunch of people, and the publisher brought a bunch of people, and we mixed all together and created groups for songwriting.
Beautiful. It sounds like, it's great. I did a few of them in my time too, and they are amazing because you're in the zone all the time, you know. If it's whether it's a weekend or 10-day thing, sometimes you'll be in the position, you know, and you're just in the songwriting zone all the time, and you might go back at night and you'd be writing your own songs in your sleep, you know, because you're surrounded by. Did you have song swaps and little song parties? I suppose you did. In the evening, we did anyway. You know, we gathered, we wrote all day, and then just had kind of song jams in the evening time.
And we went to bars and got drunk most of the time.
You just went to bars. Also fine. Whatever works. Works. Absolutely. I'm not going to hold you much longer. I say it was wonderful chatting to you. Remind us again. So about the new single. It's coming out on Friday. This Friday,
January 10th. It's called Golden Seams.
Yeah.
and you will be able to find it on all streaming platforms then. And the video for it on the 21st of January on my YouTube channel.
Lovely. And if it's okay with you, then later on, I'll give it a spin on the Songwriter Show sometime after that. I'll share it out in the meantime when it comes out fresh, and we might give it a spin on the Songwriter Show some Monday night between after it's released. It'd be great. I always love playing your videos on the show, and lovely to catch up with you.
You too.
We didn't have much time in the RWR room. You were on tour and busy, and that's the way it goes. So we got to catch up a little bit tonight backstage. We might do the same after the show. I want you to just tell me about this last song, Dancing Trees. It's from the album Outgrowing Nymph. And beautiful it is too. So with the band, Dancing Trees, and the song is called Dancing Trees. And it's just gorgeous. What inspired this?
So I tried to put into words my first experience with magic mushrooms. That is the song Dancing Trees. And when I was there in this beautiful park and in nature, I looked at the trees kind of in the distance, and it looked as if every single leaf was waving at me like the queen. And I kind of rephrased that into dancing trees, because they also make those beautiful shapes when you see them then. And that left a very lasting impression on me, the trees, how they weave in the wind or in the breeze. That's why I call the song Dancing Trees, and I just tried to put into words what it felt like being on mushrooms.
If there's any kids watching this, ask your parents what magic mushrooms are and where you can find them. They'll take you into the forest.
Yeah.
And you can find your own magic mushrooms, that's for sure. It's a gorgeous video. Gonna finish this. I'll be back after this, folks, to say goodnight to you properly. But in the meantime, I want you to go and check out the great music of Lisa Akuah. Everything's there linked from her website, lisaakuahmusic.com. Most of your songs they can find on Bandcamp, of course, if they want to buy one or two or whatever, I suppose. And thanks, Lisa and Daha. It was a great pleasure. You're very welcome. Says Wego, excellent interview. Best of luck. Keep on keeping on. Thank you very much, Wego, from Hawaii. Lovely to have you here. Lovely chat. Says Olive. Lisa and Dahi, best of luck with all your endeavors, Lisa, and good night to all and safe one. Thank you so much, Ollie, and thanks again to Chris and everybody for being in the chat here. I'll put a few more comments up after I say good night to you as well. Lisa, thank you very much for your time and your talent.
Thanks for having me
tonight. It was great to chat you. We'll finish off with this song. It's from Outgrowing Nymph. Go and get yourself a copy of that on Bandcamp, folks. It's a stunning album. You really do make beautiful songs, Lisa. A credit to you. Very much looking forward to hearing the new stuff. And if you're passing through, the RWR room is always here waiting for you to come in.
Absolutely.
Give us a song if you're in the mood. Thanks for tonight, and I'll talk to you backstage after this.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. There you go. That was Lisa Akuah, folks. And as I said, go and check out her website, check out her Bandcamp. I'm going to play this song, and then I'll come back and say goodnight to you. It's a wonderful song. Apparently, something to do with magic mushrooms. I don't know what she means by that. Maybe you do. It's called Dancing Trees from the album Outgrowing Nymph. Here it is. Take it away.
Close to the earth, I breathe in the world, lying down on the ground. That's how I came to see in the breeze, the dancing trees. Everything I see is dancing trees, and behind my eyes worlds endlessly wide. small, but also so tall. Hands touching leaves, feel the earth with my feet in the breeze. The dancing trees, everything I see is dancing trees, and behind my eyes, worlds endlessly wide. I laugh and I cry, cannot tell you why, can't tell it apart. Tears drop on my heart, seeing the breeze, the dancing trees, everything I see is dancing trees, and behind my eyes, worlds endlessly wide. Everything I see is dancing trees, and behind my eyes, worlds endlessly wide, worlds endlessly wide.
All right, folks. Beautiful song, beautiful track from a great lady called Lisa Akuah. That's Dancing Trees, and it's from the album Outgrowing Nymph. Get yourself a copy of that if you can. Lisa Akuah music.com will take you everywhere you need to go. Go to her Bandcamp, support her if you can, and she will be touring near you, at least around Germany soon, and go and check out her great gigs. And thank you very, very much once again to Lisa Akuah for that wonderful chat. Folks, all going to plan, technology permitting, health permitting. I did promise you a live stream of my songs here on the 13th of January. So that's tomorrow week at 8 o'clock Central European Time. That's 7 if you're in Ireland. It'd be lovely to have you along. I'm already nervous about it, but it's sure it'll be grand, as we say in Ireland. It'll be grand. I did it before. I can do it again, right? And then we're back at the Songwriter Show, the season 3 from the 20th, all going to plan as well. So that'll be every Monday night here on the channel. I hope to see you. Thank you very much. Dottie Rue is my name. Thanks to all the live chatters. If you're watching the replay, thank you for dropping by. Thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. And thanks to all the new subscribers and new channel members. Helps me do what I do here. It's very much appreciated. Once again, Lisa Akuah, wonderful singer-songwriter out of Berlin. Thank you for your time and your talent tonight. See you on the 13th, folks, here on Songs from the RWR Room, dedicated to singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. And until we meet again, look after yourselves. And thanks for being here. Bye-bye.